Hi guys, how you doing? It's Color and Chat with Joanna. I just sat here and talked to you for 20 minutes and I didn't have the damn thing turned on. These things happen, okay?
Not enough medication.
Not enough. Okay. I'm having some problems today with Mr. Steven Spielberg over there. He will not videotape my Halloweeny table. I wanted him to do it with some spooky music and stuff. And I wanted to do it to promote him. Okay. Oh, do you guys like my new glasses? Aren't they fabulous? Look, I mean, they're so thick. I know they're like Coke bottles. But look, they have this pretty thing, and they have like this kind of like ombre kind of thing on them, and they keep falling off my head. So I can't wear them because I know, look how blind I am when I diamond paint. Because they're too big and they fall off my head. So I got to go get them fixed. Anyway, so what else is going on? Oh, yes. Had Miss Crafty and Crime here for a week. It was so fun. We had a ball, went to the beach, going to make a video about that too. Only Mr. Video Man is, okay, look, don't buy your husband a Lego. Don't do it. Don't. I'm telling you right now, don't do it. Listen to me. Go where he can't hear you. If he can't hear you, put your headphones on. Don't buy him a Lego. I swear to God, all he does is Lego. He does no more diamond painting shit for me. He won't even dig up a meme out of a box or he's doing nothing. He's on strike. I mean, and he's been a temperamental director, you know. He's like, oh, no, I got to do this first. And he's working on this stupid ass dog. It's like a witchy poo dog that he thinks is going to go on my table, but I don't think so because my Halloweeny table is loaded. Now, I decided to do Halloweeny a lot early. And the reason I did it early, hold on, get his stupid bell out of the way. I gotta hide this somewhere better. He knows all my hiding places, so yeah, I'm gonna hide it. I'm gonna hide it in the trash is where I'm gonna hide it. He thinks he's gonna be like, oh, here, I need something. Might as well call me of Joanna. Like that's gonna work. He'll get to say that one time and then he'll be getting his jaw rewired. Anyway, no, that ain't gonna happen. Ain't gonna happen at all. Anyway, so yeah. He's expecting Florence Nightingale, but I think he's going to get Nurse Ratched. Nurse Ratched. Remember Nurse Ratched? Anybody? Yeah, Annabelle's not a nurse. She's a doll. I don't know. But he's going to get to ring that bell one time, and then it's going to be over. I mean it. I am not the kind of butler that jumps up to a bell. Maybe he can teach George to come when he rings the bell. That would be a fun trick. George, ring the bell, and Daddy will bring you a snozzy. Oh, and speaking of bells, they're going to test the fire alarms Monday and Tuesday in the apartments, which means the Sag and Dragons have to put a bra on, And it ain't going to be fun. I know. Babaloo. He's not feeling great today. He's got a little upset tummy. I gave him some medicine, but it takes about 20 or 30 minutes to kick in. So we hear any in the background. Nobody is abusing George. George is abusing us. Can we get it straight? Anyway, yeah, we had a great week. We went to the beach and we wore our Look What You Made Me Do shirts. I'm telling you, we got looked at. We look like Eke and Ike, you know, the short guy, tall guy, because I'm about 4 feet shorter than Rebecca. But we both had our red shirts on, and we both had our skirts, our little black shorty skirts. And we looked adorable. And everybody was like, God. You know, because I had to have my sneakers on because we were at the boardwalk. And so we were at the boardwalk. But let me tell you, these shirts were a hit. Okay? I mean, you wear these shirts in Delaware. People were like, I want one. I want one. Where'd you get it? Where'd you get it? And I had a lady, when John was parking the car, stop me and say, okay, I have to have it. Where'd you get it? I said, I got it online. Just take a picture of it real quick and then do the online thing. They're everywhere. She said, oh my God, was The Handmaid's Tale episode 9 everything? I said, yeah. That's why we got the shirt, because it had Taylor Swift singing, look what you made me do. Look what you made me do. You are such a big poo. Look what you made me do. You know. Anyway, watch Taylor call me. Don't you make fun of my song, girl. Anyway, so, and the owner, so Rebecca, I had to wiggle over to the car because the vertigo started kicking in after a while. It was a beautiful morning. And I said, I got to sit down for a minute. I talked to my new doctor yesterday, and we are going to aggressively address this vertigo because I think I can get past it. I think I can get through it. I know there are people who say it never goes away, but I think I can do it. And he said there's a lot of new technology out there. So maybe I might get lucky. And being in the water is wonderful. I walk in the water. I'm like a graceful mermaid with feet. You know, I just hold my hands out and I have great balance and everything. But, you know, and in the car, no problem in the car. I can drive like crazy. I'm fine. But boy, walking the dogs. And that's what he's scared of. He's scared of me walking the dogs, you know, for 3 to 6 months because he thinks he's going to be laying around healing for 18 years. You know, he thinks he's never going to walk again. This poor man. I think there might be a little hypochondria going on in there, but I don't want to feed it. You know, he's a little over anxious. Anyway. But I don't want him to have to worry about anything or do anything. So maybe getting a dog walker, you know, twice a day. And I'll do the morning walk or the afternoon walk or whatever. Might not be so bad because we're not doing it till September. And by September, it should be cool. I mean, thank God I'm not living in hella Texas. You know, that's the devil's waiting room. I'm not going there. So hopefully, the weather will be nice and breezy, and, you know, the dogs, they're going to be fine for me. They don't act. See, we have an alpha relationship. You know, we've got, like, I'm the boss, he's the buddy. Now, they drag him around like a bag of trash. They're crazy. They bark, they woof. I told Rebecca, we let John off the hook for one night. We told him, go see your father. I wanted him to go see his father because, you know, he needed to go see his father. And his mother. You know, I thought, this may be the last time you'll get to see them for a couple of months, because we don't know how long. You know, everybody has a different recovery. I don't know. Have you had knee surgery? If you have, I appreciate all of your comments and any advice you have to offer, because we're going into this puppy stone cold. And even though we've seen all the YouTubes and we're researching the crap out of it, it still is it still means more when it comes from a human being. So if you've had knee surgery, let us know. What was it like for you? What worked for you? What didn't work for you? That kind of thing. But anyway, we let John go see his mom and dad. I figured, I've got Rebecca here. You know, I can walk the dogs with her. We'll be okay. And we had a ball. we screwed off so bad. Anyway, he came home the next morning with a big box of pastry and croissants and, oh God, all kinds of fabulous things, you know. And Rebecca was like, I love John. I was like, I know. But he thinks that George needs like 14 walks a day. And he really doesn't, you know. Most Great Pyrenees are day sleepers anyway. So, which works great for me. And it always has in my whole life. I've had great praise because they're day sleepers. And I'm a nocturnal girl. I'm a night girl. Are you a night girl? A night boy? What are you? Tell me. Uh-oh. I gotta pause a minute. Hi guys, I'm so sorry. Phone call, you know how it goes. So it is Saturday. Last week I got the Gothic Goddess, the Viking chick from DAC. I was just wondering, what did you get? Did you get anything? I didn't see a whole lot that made me go, ooh, ah, this week. I think it's because I'm so overwhelmed because I have these customs that need to be done. If you didn't see the custom of my girlfriend that I had made, please take a look at it. She is amazing. Oh, I think she looks beautiful. And And yeah, she got to see it, and she did. She wept a little. I said, calm down. Everything's going to be fine. I got to do it first. I said, I'm showing you the painting, but believe me, this doesn't happen overnight. Anyway, so everything's going great. Met my new doctor. He had the nerve to use the word mammogram. And now, look, I understand that his mother just recently had this lumpectomy, and I want to be sensitive to that. But my sagging dragons are fine. I just had one like a year ago. I'm not going through that again. Last time they found a tiny little speck of something, which was probably a fat cell, because when they get old and ugly and saggy, you get little fat cells in there. And I was like, it's a sagging dragon fat cell. Tyler didn't buy it. Tyler would not buy it. He had me on the table. They had to put tiny little pins inside the sagging dragon. Then I had to go to Dover Hospital, which I hate, because Dover is 130 years old and it's haunted as shit. I mean, nurses have run out of there scared to death. Okay? I'm not going. And I had an experience. It will be in the book. I'm not going to bore you with the story now, but it's not boring. It's kind of interesting. I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening to me. And I told him, I said, you'll call me crazy. You'll call me crazy, but it happened, and I'm not going back to Dover. Not unless I'm in a body bag. No way. Anyway, he said, I used to work at Dover. I'm like, oh, shit. Just like that. And I was like, by the way, I got a foul mouth for an old lady. Isn't it cute when old women curse? Old women and children. It's adorable. When we swear. Anyway, so he was so funny. But he heard me call them sagging dragons, and he just started laughing. Now, Asian men are hard to get a good laugh out of. He cracked up. He was like, I'm going to write that down. Sagging dragons. I never heard anybody call them sagging dragons. I was like, oh, ask anybody over 50. I promise you, they all know it. He was like, that's hilarious. Anyway, so he really wants me to do the mammogram. And I told him, look, I've got a big project coming up with Mr. Wonderful here. I got to take care of him. I can't leave him with some Jamaican nurse named Mama. I gotta be there for him for the whole thing. I gotta be Nurse Nightingale or Nurse Jackie, one or the other. And he goes, oh, no, don't be Nurse Jackie. Now, I've watched Nurse Jackie. I said, did you watch it? Did you love that show? He said, I did, but, it was kind of sad at the end. I said, yeah, it really was. But that's what happens when you're a lunatic, But anyway, so we found that in common too. But anyway, he really wants me to do the mammogram. And I think it's because his mother just had that lumpectomy and he's in that rabbit hole now. And Tyler, he went through the same thing with his mother. And I'm like, I am not your mother. How do I explain this? They're okay. They're sad and they're draggy, and I mean, I can tuck them in my pants. I don't, I mean, I'd love to get a boob job, but I'm scared to death because I don't know. I don't know. With me, it would have to be a reduction. And a reduction, boob jobs are easy. They just cut a little hole, slip a little silicone in there. God knows where it comes from. And you're good to go. But a reduction? Oh, no. Oh, no. That's like Dexter stuff. No, they're cutting shit up. I don't, who am I trying to impress? I mean, I'm old as dirt. Give me a break. I'll just put on I found the Superman bra that, keeps them in a particular zip code, not the zip code. That zip code left a long time ago. But anyway, we're not going to sit here and talk about my second dragons. Look, I got to get this done and this done and this done. So I'm going to let you go. But I didn't want you to think that I wasn't paying attention to you. And, I really feel like, I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of coming out of this whole thing with Richard, and I mean, that was brutal, and I can honestly now say I know what it feels like to be bullied. And being bullied by a kid in school is one thing. I never took that shit, but being bullied by a grown human being over something so trivial and so stupid. Thank God I had my husband. Thank God. John was like, no, 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 no. We're not doing that. You don't get to talk to, my wife like that. And I think he's done that twice in 25 years, where he's actually had to speak up and he's sort of like Liam Neeson. He doesn't say a lot, but when he says it, it's usually with a dark voice, and he means it. I love that about my husband, And I think some of it may actually come from jealousy, from not being loved or not loving the person you're with. It can make you bitter, and I mean, I should have seen the signs a long time ago, but I didn't. And we live and we learn, right? I mean, shit happens. What are you going to do? You move on. You move on. You recover and you move on. And I have moved on. So, anyway, listen, I love you guys so much. You're important to me. I know there's not a lot of you, but I don't need a lot of you. I just need a few that are kind and good and fun, and you're it. You're my people. So you take care of you. All right, you're important to me. So you have to be important to you. I'm going to take care of this mammogram stuff, but let me get long-suffering, poor, pitiful, hypochondriac man a new kneecap. He's getting a brand new knee. A brand new knee. He should be thrilled. He's not. He's scared to death. So say a kind thought for him, will you? Thanks a lot. Anyway, I'll see you guys soon, okay? Take care. Love you. Bye.